I'm Melinda Everett, an independent consultant from Close to My Heart. I would like to show you how to color vellum with Close to My Heart watercolor pencils. Look at this beautiful card that can be found in our annual Inspirations catalog on page 45. The Close to My Heart artist used white daisy for the flowers shown in this card. I chose to substitute vellum for the flowers, and this video will show you how I colored them. Look at this beautiful card, and so easy to make. The stamp set that I used is D1747, Happily Ever After. What a beautiful stamp set. And then I just picked up a scrap of vellum I had left over from a previous project. Vellum has two sides, a hair side and a skin side. The hair side is smooth and hard, while the skin side is fuzzy and soft. Rub your fingers on both sides of the paper and you will be able to tell which side is the hair side and which side is the skin side. You will want to use the hair side in order to color on vellum. To prepare my surface to emboss, I rub an anti-static bag over it to remove all the static off the vellum. I use Versamark to stamp my image for embossing. When you ink your stamp up with Versamark, don't rock the block in the Versamark. You don't want to get excess Versamark on your block. Then be sure to stamp straight down and straight up. Do not rock. You want a nice clean image there. I always stamp two images in case I make a mistake on one. Resist the urge to push down real hard or your stamp may slide on the vellum. I like to use a paper plate or a styrofoam plate in order to pour my embossing powder onto my project. That way I can easily pour all the powder back into the jar without losing excessive amounts. Plus I don't get any on my workstation. I made this cool little embossing platform. I scotch taped aluminum foil to a clipboard, and that gives me a handy place to emboss. I could even put the project underneath the clip and it will hold it in place. Then taking a small dry paintbrush, I remove any excess embossing particles that are outside the stamped image. And now I'm ready to heat emboss. I pick up my embossing gun. I always let it warm up a little bit, just hold it away from the project, and then I put it as close as it's shown in this video. I don't want to burn the vellum, so I keep moving it all around and I watch as the embossing turns silver. Sometimes I need to add a little bit more heat, and voila, I'm done. I gather my supplies in order to watercolor using Close to My Heart watercolor pencils. And the first thing I do is I add color towards the center of the flower. Then I pick up my brush again, I get it wet, but I have to make sure that I do a really good job at removing any excess water. Vellum and water do not go well together, and you will warp your vellum if you have too much water on your brush. I am rubbing an almost dry brush from where I colored and bringing the color out onto the rest of the petal. It gives me more of a fragile, light effect and not a super dark effect. Now I can go in and add some yellow for the center, and I'm not going to add any water for that. And then I'm adding a lighter green, and then I'll add a darker green, and I'll do the same thing that I did with the purple, and I'll spread that green around and blend it with an almost dry brush. Now all I need to do is cut the flower out and I'm ready to do the pink flower. Thank you so much for watching. All supplies can be purchased at www.melindaeverett.ctmh.com.